Hey guys, alright, so Mike is coming over here very shortly to play some Argent Saga and to record some games, so I better get a deck built. As I had mentioned previously, I went with the green deck, the green intro deck. I was also able to pick up one of the light intro decks, which is really good, or this was actually a demo deck. So I really want to play Sola, because I really like her ability, which is at the end of your turn, you may ready one of your units. Switch exhausted to active. So that's what I'm gonna do. So I think where we start with, so I'm gonna of course target a 40 card deck. So I think where we start actually is we go through and we pick out the 8 white cards that we can use. The ones I'm gonna take, the ones I'm really attracted to, I like 3 copies of Holy Slash. So Holy Slash lets you, it's an instacast, destroy target attacking unit. So I'm going to go 3 copies of that. And then I'm also going to, so I'm going to put that aside because that's all I need, I believe, from the demo deck. And then these are my sorted commons that I got from the box that I just opened. What I want is the Astonishing Betrayal. I must have passed it. Yeah, here it is. So I want 3 copies of this one. So basically what I'm doing is I'm using my white cards for my instance that green doesn't really have a bunch of good ones for. So this one for 1, you can destroy target unit that dealt damage this turn. So they hit your tower and you can blow out a big one, or they kill one of your small units, you can blow out a big character because you just destroy it regardless of power. So I'm going with 3 of those and 3 Holy Slashes. And then I'm actually going to hold off, I think, on the next 2 choices until I finalize my green list. So we'll go through this. Actually, let's start by going through this. The reason I was attracted to the green starter is because it has some pretty beefy guys in here. So ultimately, the card I like the most is this blockade ship. So it's a Guardian, units in front of it cannot attack, and it's 4 for 2,500, so it's pretty good value there. So I'm actually gonna go with 3 of those. And to that effect, I'm also gonna play 3 of the Skyship Engineer. So this is a little 1-drop 1,000 guy, but you can exhaust and return to his hand, bounce him to your hand, and then your airships cost 1 less to play. So I'm gonna go for 3 of him to try and fill out the lower side of the suite. Just paging through this and looking at other stuff, Tornado Shot, right? So Air's whole thing is bouncing guys back to your hand. I'm hoping that'll be effective. We'll see how great that actually ends up being in play, or if I can figure out how to use it. I think it's going to be a lot of practice to figure out how to use Air properly. But I'm going to go with Tornado Shot, which is instacast. Play only if an air unit returned to your hand from the field this turn, deal 2,000 to target unit. So we're definitely doing that one as well. Okay, and again, we're going for 40 cards here, so we already have 15. I'm going to go ahead and use Great Hawk of Cloud Seed just from the starter. There's Destroyed Air Tower. You can exhaust target unit and return another target unit to its owner's hand. Pretty good, 3 for 1,500. In the meantime, let's set this aside. So actually, we can kill Kite here because we know we're not using Kite. I'm just not really impressed with her. What it really boils down to then on these 2, I'll kind of look at it later. I can't really figure out how to use Eitan. I can't really figure out how to use him to my advantage because it kind of seems like you're not really gaining much. On the surface, it looks like he could gain you basically 1 per turn in terms of resource advantage, but I don't think he really does. So let's go now into this because these are the commons from the box. There are a couple cards that I was really attracted to. So this guy, the Skytree Glide Trooper. So this guy's a 3 for 2,000, which is okay value, right? Just from a raw standpoint. If 2 or more units have returned to your hand this turn, this card costs 2 less to play. I don't know how often that's going to happen, especially with my deck with limited number of rares, but I'm going to go ahead and put him in because he's pretty solid troop. I'm in love with this guy. I don't know how he's going to end up being on the field, but when he arrives, so 3 for 1500, but the marksman, when he arrives, you can bounce another unit to your hand to deal 1500 to target unit. So I think that's pretty good. So I want to play 3 of him. And then this guy I think is fantastic. The Sandsea Traveler, when this card attacks, switch one of your shards to active. It's a pretty good way to just get back some resources. And just at the basic level, he's a 2 for 1500, which is also pretty good. So we're going to go with him as well. The last card that I'm definitely going to go with is this Sandsea Convert, or I guess it's Sandsea Covert. Your opponent cannot target air units you control with spells. So I want to pack 3 of him, basically to just protect me, especially from red and blue decks. I think blue and black have a huge advantage just being able to bounce cards. Black, of course, has got some pretty nasty tricks. So as far as Ducks, Skyraider Captain, again, he's following my 4 for 25 is pretty good from a value standpoint. And when he arrives, you can put in 1 Skyraider unit from your hand. So I think the dream play, obviously, is to, play him and drop him. But again, he's 4, so you're kind of drawing into it. I don't know how often that's going to happen. So let's go ahead and put him here just for now. I was really disappointed that I didn't get a Garga or Gary in my hand or in my box. I was really hoping to get a couple of him. So let's check where we're at right now. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so we have a few more to go, and then we have this. Oh, so actually we have 10. So we have 30. We're at 31. Okay, so we do have 2 more from there if we want it. But let's go ahead and we are missing the. Let's go ahead and see if there's anything else here we want. I don't think so. The only one I was really thinking about potentially running was actually the Archer. Just because I could potentially pull off a combo with him. And I don't know how effective it would be, but I could potentially pull off kind of a loop-ish thing with the Marksman and the Archer. So you could drop the Archer for 1, deal 500, then drop the Marksman for 3 and deal 1500. So you potentially drop a 2000 or deal 2000 and then just bounce this guy for 1. So I mean, again, if you're bouncing a guy, you have to pay for him again. If he comes in, it can deal 500 again. So I was thinking about those two. So let's leave him on top for now. Let me go grab my rares and ultra rares from the box. And again, these are going to be super hard to see with just the glare. And I mean, a lot of these I have a really hard time reading even normally. Yeah, some of these, I mean, these are, under the light we have right now, these are basically unreadable. So the Sky Dagger, I don't really care about the Sky Dagger. So what it does, I'm going to try to read it. There we go. I can kind of get it down. So I've put 1 counter on this card, remove a counter from this card, choose 1, deal 500 target unit, equip unit gains 500. I don't think that's huge value there. Lightning Shot, I'm definitely playing this one. So it's not an instacast, unfortunately, but it's deal 3,000 to target unit and another to another target unit. That's pretty good. I do wish it was instacast, but it is what it is. And then I don't see any reason not just to play Eitan, Righteous Outlaw, just not his normal version, but his super special version, right? So he's another 4 for 2,500. So what's that put us at? That's 6, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30, 33. Okay, and then do you remember I have potentially two white cards. Are there any? Man, I just cannot read these cards. I don't see, because I'm not really going to be playing gear, so I don't really see equip to target unit, sacrifices. You know what we're going to do? Let's see if we can find that gear that gives Guardian. because that wouldn't stink to be able to... So this one actually also gives quickness. So equip target unit 500 in quickness. For 2, I don't know about that. Alright, must be in the starter. So yeah, we need to find the gear that gives Guardian. Oh, actually, you know what? Let's do this instead, because it's 1 cost. Let's go equip target unit, gains plus 500 in target attack. That's pretty good. The shard shield is also 1, gains Guardian. You know, I think with the big units we have, actually I think target attack's better. So let's do that for now. Okay, so there's my 8 whites, so that's done. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, 7. All right, so let's pull some more. We're actually a little light on our airships, right? I'm a little concerned right now that I have too much expensive stuff, though. I'm not impressed with the sand ship. The warship is just too expensive for me. When it arrives, you can destroy target with 4 or less, which is not bad. Let's actually run this dragon guy, I think. It's 3 copies of him. 2 or more air units are returned from your hand. Return target unit's owner's hand. Big deal. But when this unit attacks, target unit cannot use Guardian, so we run him. And then this shit card cannot be targeted by spells. I like that. My battle cruiser, I think we can only run 2 if I did my math correctly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2. Yeah. So that fills us out. So let me just look through and see if there's anybody else. I mean, the hurricane shot and additional cost to play this card, return air unit from your field to its owner hand. Right, so that's pretty good too. If I end up playing Ariana as my champion, I would want to play at least 1 just for card advantage, but he's not great. And then actually I think I need to figure out a way to put in this card because I'm really worried about the strength of blue and red. So being able to kind of surprise strike them. So I think that's what we need to do. I think we need to figure out how to put that in. And I'm not really... I mean, this guy has advantages too, the aviator. But... So what can we drop here? I don't know, I'm wondering if we shouldn't drop this guy. He's just more expensive that we can't really afford. And as excited as I am about the marksman, I'm wondering if maybe that's not a bad idea. So this guy I think seems pretty decent. Yeah, I'm actually gonna drop ducks. I think that might, I mean, obviously the win there, getting dropped 2 units for 4 is pretty big, but I just don't think I'm going to have the card advantage. So then let's do that, and then let's look at our total spells versus units. So spell, 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 and then these are all, so there's 8, so that's 14, 15. So just over a third of my deck is spells, the rest is units. I don't know, let's see how it goes. That's what I'm gonna go with. So you'll get to see me play Mike, and I can tune it over time. I'm not sure exactly what he's running. I do suspect he's running something red, but we'll see. So I'll get this sleeved up, and we'll check out a video later. So thanks for watching, and go Commando.